Good Saturday morning, everyone. Taking a live look with the sun just starting to come up, shaping up to be another beautiful day. We're going to head right over to Greg today because, Greg, my goodness, some of those storms that rolled through yesterday, they packed a little bit of a punch. Yeah,
I know. I was taking a nap.
And I was just like, what is this?
Yeah. I mean, last night during the day it was great. Yeah, very nice. A few isolated storms in the evening. Things started to calm down, and then we'll warm up, and the sun's going to be coming right out again today. So a nice summer day in store for us right now. And as I said, a nice day overall. Temperatures this morning starting out in the 60s. We'll make our way into the upper 80s and lower 90s with nothing but sunshine on the way. Let's get a look at that forecast for us. A gorgeous shot over Boulder on this Saturday morning. Still looking mighty green from the amount of rainfall that we've received over the past, say, month or so, and temperatures already in the 60s. 61 degrees in Denver in the 6 o'clock hour, 53 degrees in Lyman, 40s and 50s into the high country, 70s out towards Grand Junction. HD Doppler radar showing nothing but clear skies for us and calm conditions. A few spotty showers just to the south of us as you're pushing along the I-25 corridor. This morning into this afternoon, once again, nothing but clear skies, maybe a few clouds, especially out towards Boulder, along the western portion of the Front Range and pushing into the high country, and then things once again start to calm down. Here's our forecast for today. Upper 80s and lower 90s with plenty of sunshine on the way. Drink plenty of water and wear sunscreen, my friends.
This morning, we do have confirmation that storms did produce a tornado at Pikes Peak this week. The National Weather Service in Pueblo said they finished their damage assessment. The highest elevation a tornado has ever touched down in the U.S. was at around 12,000 feet. That includes one on Mount Evans in 2012. We're still not sure exactly how high Wednesday's tornado touched down. It doesn't feel totally like summer, believe it or not, everywhere in the state. If you are headed to the Rocky Mountain National Park, the park is warning people that conditions are varying. It is drying out and looking more like summer in parts of the park, though. If you're headed to higher elevations, though, like Long's Peak, you're going to likely find icy conditions and a fair amount of snow. The park says the lingering snow is melting quickly. New overnight, Fort Collins police put out a call for your help. They are looking for information regarding a homicide last night. Police were called out to the 300 block of North College Avenue, which is a gas station. That's where they found a man had been stabbed multiple times. They tell us he died at the hospital. Investigators say the suspect is a man in his 40s or 50s, was last seen wearing jeans, a dark shirt, black hat, had a dark colored bicycle. He was seen leaving the area eastbound on Willow Street. Anyone with information is asked to call Fort Collins police at the number on your screen or the Crime Stoppers of Larimer County. A video of the school board the school board fought hard for you not to see is coming out, but only in bits and pieces in Denver Public Schools. For the first time, we're seeing that small part of that 5-hour school board meeting where they decided to bring armed officers back to schools. Based on the video released so far, the superintendent makes it seem like the mayor would have forced them to do so anyway. This meeting happened the day after a student shot 2 deans at East High School. The superintendent had already committed to bringing back SROs. And in that 5-hour closed-door meeting, he told the school board they didn't have much of a choice.
The day after a student shot 2 deans at East High School, the school board had a decision to make. They had to decide whether they'd allow armed officers back on campus. In a new clip of their closed-door meeting, the superintendent appears to tell them then Mayor Michael Hancock was planning to force their hand by threatening to bring back cops under executive order.
So I understand that this is a very problematic conversation to have, but it's going to happen. It's beyond our control. I would hope that it can be our decision, but we are going to be tied to an executive order. At least that's what he told me yesterday evening. This is the only clip of that meeting we have so far. Board member Aonte Anderson tweeted it out hours after the board voted to release the whole 5-hour session under legal pressure from 9 News and others. The former mayor denied he told Superintendent Marrero he'd take action.
I never, not one time, had a conversation with anyone where I uttered the words or suggested or threatened to issue an executive order.
The Board of Education will now move into executive session.
The day of this meeting, the board voted to put cops back in a dozen Denver schools. The full video may show whether that was their choice or whether the superintendent and or the then mayor forced their hand. A critical safety conversation that several board members now say should never have happened behind closed doors.
We should not have been there in the first place. that was the wrong decision from the get-go. Looking back, I wish I would have spoken up and said, hey, we need to leave this meeting and draft this memo in public session.
Thanks to Cole Sullivan for that story. Despite that sentiment, the board fought for months against letting you see the whole video of their discussion. The district still hasn't released it. It says because it can't figure out how to upload the 5-hour video. A former Arapahoe County Child Services worker is under fire for lying again. Robin Niceta, who's already accused of calling in false child abuse claims against an Aurora City Councilwoman, has now been indicted. She's accused of faking a cancer diagnosis to avoid prosecution. Niceta was supposed to go to trial in May for the case, where she's accused of calling a child abuse hotline and then making false claims against Aurora Councilwoman Danielle Jurinski. This happened after Jurinski called Niceta's former partner, Vanessa Wilson, trash. Wilson is a former Aurora police chief. Niceta and her attorneys claimed that she was ineligible to stand trial on the false child abuse claim charges because of a brain cancer diagnosis. But then prosecutors say Niceta submitted fake medical records to prove her diagnosis, including fake MRIs and a clinic that could not be tracked down. Jurinski says the findings are a breath of relief for her and her family.
For a while, I felt like I was on an island and couldn't get anybody to listen to me, that I very much believed that this whole brain tumor was fake. And I feel vindicated today. I feel happy. I feel more secure. It's a great day.
Niceta is now facing 7 new felony charges and 3 new misdemeanors for faking the diagnosis. She's currently scheduled to be back in court in August. Her mother has also been indicted in connection to this as well. She's accused of helping her daughter with that scheme. TSA agents are finding a near record number of weapons at U.S. airports. The agency says they've confiscated more than 3,200 guns this year between January and June. 92% of those were loaded. They're reminding passengers you can only transport guns in properly secured cases and checked baggage. And if you're caught with one at security, you could face steep penalties like fines and a criminal referral. It might sound like it, but the Kansas two-step is not a dance. This is a tactic Kansas state troopers are using to try to catch out-of-state drivers with weed, since marijuana is legal in bordering states like here in Colorado and Missouri. Now a federal court has found that the Kansas two-step is unconstitutional. The ACLU of Kansas created the term Kansas two-step, spent years in court now fighting the state patrol maneuver where troopers use a traffic stop as a pretense to then search for drugs, including a family in Colorado, which is a part of this lawsuit. The ACLU argued that troopers use it to target out-of-state drivers on I-70, particularly drivers from states where weed is legal. The judge ruled in favor of drivers, writing that pulling someone over just because they may travel to or from a state where weed is legal is unconstitutional. The court also issued stricter guidelines for troopers to document and record traffic stops.